Weak Hero Class 2 walks viewers through another set of compelling high school rivalries and gripping showdowns involving SIEN before ending on a bittersweet note. Towards Weak Hero Class 1's ending, SIEN avoided facing any legal consequences for brutally beating the boys who had harmed his friend, Suho. However, he was expelled from his school, which forced him to attend Yajang High. Weak Hero Class 2 begins where Class 1 ends, highlighting how SIEN keeps his head low and avoids getting into any trouble at his new school. Initially, even the students of his new school do not bother him after catching up with the rumors of his past violent actions. Unfortunately, trouble soon finds SIEN after he defends one student, Juntae, from a bully and teaches him how every action has a reaction. This triggers another chain reaction of events, which leads to SIEN making new friends and enemies. Weak Hero Class 2 ultimately ends with a grand showdown and the return of a beloved Class 1 character. Before ending its second season's run, the Netflix Korean show also sets the stage for another installment. What Suho's return in Weak Hero Class 2's ending means for SIEN. SIEN will finally be able to forgive himself. Choi Hyun-wook as Suho in Weak Hero Class 2's ending. Almost throughout Weak Hero Class 2's runtime, SIEN cannot help but blame himself for Suho's condition. In the season's early moments, he even vows to never fight again to ensure that history does not repeat itself. SIEN even gets a major scare during the final arc when he gets a call saying that Suho may be in a critical state. However, eventually, after he and his newfound friends at Yunjang High School finally defeat the overarching threat, SIEN hears the news of Suho gaining consciousness. Weak Hero Class 2 ends with an emotional scene where SIEN meets Suho right outside the hospital and breaks down after seeing his friend. He feels relieved that even though he, too, was struggling to believe that Suho would ever gain consciousness, everything turned out just fine. Since SIEN spent the entire season texting Suho when he was lying unconscious in the hospital, he will finally get to talk to him and open up to him about everything he has gone through. He will also introduce Suho to his new friends and help him fully recover. Weak Hero Class 2's post-credits scene explained, who killed Baekjin? The post-credits scene reveals a horrifying truth. Bae Nara as Na Baekjin in Weak Hero Class 2. The post-credits scene in Weak Hero Class 2 includes two interconnected scenes. In the first scene, gangster head Choi approaches Song Jae at the bowling club and asks him if he would be willing to take Baekjin's place as the union's new leader. Unlike Baekjin, Song Jae is not the kind of character who buckles under pressure and mindlessly chases power just to feel important. Therefore, instead of falling for the same trap that ultimately led to Baekjin's downfall, Song Jae declines the offer, claiming that it is not romantic enough. The first scene ends with Song Jae asking Choi where Baekjin is. Although Choi denies knowing anything about Baekjin's sudden disappearance, the second scene in the post-credits sequence reveals that he is dead. SIEN and his friends attend his funeral, and Hoomin even cries his eyes out since Baekjin was once his best friend before he joined the union. The truth behind Baekjin's tragic fate is not revealed, but it seems likely that Choi got him killed after his loss against SIEN and Hoomin. Previous scenes in the series had already established how ruthless Choi was and how little he cared about the union students working under him. He previously gave Baekjin an ultimatum to set things straight, suggesting that he decided to get him killed after he failed to fulfill his responsibilities as the union's leader. Baekjin liked to believe he was holding a position of power, but he was merely another cog in the wheel of the dangerous criminal machinery that Choi operated. How SIEN and Hoomin beat Baekjin in Weak Hero Class 2's finale. SIEN comes up with a backup plan to take down Baekjin. Since Hoomin had taught Baekjin how to fight, he had good reason to believe he could overpower him. During the final showdown's early moments, Hoomin also puts his fighting skills and IQ on full display by overpowering Baekjin. However, Baekjin soon proves he is no less formidable by putting up an incredible fight. As a result, the tides soon turn in Baekjin's favor, and he defeats Hoomin. But before he can force Yunjang to comply with the union's activities, SIEN shows up to continue the fight. SIEN has never been the best fighter in Weak Hero. Even in Season 1, Suho was leagues above in terms of skills. Class 2 also establishes that fighters like Baekjin, Hoomin, and Song Jae are better than him. However, Sien's ability to keep going despite taking several major blows and his presence of mind make him a worthy competitor. Even during his fight with Baekjin, Sien cleverly targets his limbs to ensure that he gradually breaks him. Although he fails to overpower Baekjin, a flashback reveals that Sien had planned what they would do if Suho lost against Baekjin. The flashback establishes that Sien had planned to step in if Baekjin defeated Suho and keep him occupied long enough for Suho to recover. Everything goes as planned when Suho regains his strength while Sien targets Baekjin's limbs. When Suho finally stands up to fight again, Baekjin seems incapable of defending himself, let alone continuing the fight. With this, Suho lands a few more blows on him before taking him down. The union in Weak Hero Class 2 explained. It comprises a group of delinquents representing a set of schools. Bae Nara as Na Baekjin in Weak Hero Class 2, writing records for the union. In Weak Hero Class 2's Episode 3, Juntae tells Sien that all the schools around Yajanghai belong to a union of delinquents. While Baekjin serves as the leading figure of the union, every school has primary representatives. The main members of the union are as follows: they operate as a gang and hope to have Yajanghai as a part of their gang. However, Human was not interested in joining their alliance and ensured that his school stayed away from the union. The union kids tried to force Yajanghai's participation by attacking every student who wore the school's uniform, but Human taught them a lesson by single-handedly beating all union leaders.